317 is outside for ball one. Pritchard was 2 for 4 with a solo homer in game one. And the pitch is going to be outside for ball two. Kari Pritchard will lead off. Marina Goins batting second. Breasia Thomas moving up in the lineup from fourth to third. Casey Marcusic moving up from sixth to fourth. That one's fouled out for strike one. DP for this one will be Kara Trim, number 14. Number 6 playing for the first time is Brooke Vega. She's in right. Abby Morris moving up from 8th to 7th in this one for PSC. The pitch is outside for ball 3. Hannah Waltman moving up a spot from 9th to 8th and batting 9th in this one. Number 18 is Kara Willis. Jarman who came in relief in game one, will start game two. That's going to be a leadoff walk to Pritchard. So we'll give you the defensive alignment here for Coastal South here in this one. Looks like Fincher still at third. Parker still at short. Hunt at second. And number 20, Sydney Sherman, is at first. So I believe that's the same infield as game one. That one is a ball. Well, they called it a strike. There we go. There I am trying to be the ump. The outfield from left to right for Coastal is going to be Carter in left, Langston in center, Davis in right, with number 8, Olivia Tubbs, behind the plate. So it's the same except for the catcher. That's a lot to ask of a catcher to play both ends of a doubleheader. And in the pitcher circle is number 10, Madison, I think it's Frug, F-U-R-G-E. Is that close? Fruget, thank you. I would have butchered that one. It's French. I got to tell folks, I was hooked on phonics, but it was about 40 years ago. The 1-2 pitch is a strike 3 called. So Goins down on strikes as Thomas to the plate. And Coastal South looking for the sweep. As we mentioned in game one, yours truly will be in Monroeville tomorrow now. Was going to be in Bruton, now Monroeville, so it'll be a battle of the Coastals. So Coastal South looks like they might be playing 6 games in 4 days. That one is ball 1. Of course, that's not really anything out of the ordinary. Normally they play about a 50, 60 game schedule in the span of about 10 to 12 weeks. You want to swing and a miss. Now 1-1 to Breasia Thomas, who was 0 for 3 in the opener. Fruget with the look to the dugout, to the wristband, and will fire a 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. Count now 1-2. Can't explain it, but we had some issues with the scoreboard. Now we got the team colors and the logos up there for this go-around. The 1-2 pitch. Chopper at the plate. It is foul. And blowing a little harder than we've seen in game one, blowing, I guess, from right to left, blowing a little inward, if you can see the flag just on the right side of your screen there. Fruget with a 1-2 pitch, ground ball foul, as the coach has to scoot out of the way of that one. So again, we thanked him in game one. Want to do it again, Mr. Daniel Head. He's the AD here at Coastal Alabama, for his support of JockJive over the years. The 1-2 pitch is a chopper. The pitcher will have it. She'll go to first in time, 1-3. 2 down here in the first. For the cleanup batter in this one, Marcusic. Marcusic was 0 for 3 in the opener. She batted 6th in the opener, moving up to 4th here in this one, with Trim, the designated player, the on-deck batter. Pitch from Frugier is a liner. Nice play by the first baseman. Stays down on it. It'll be 3 unassisted. Nice job there by Sherman. Blocking it and keeping it in front of her for the 3 unassisted. So they work around the leadoff walk. So the Coastal South batting lineup here in Game 2 is as follows. Number 1 is Jersey Carter in left. 12, Abby Davis is in right. Kaylin Fincher, number 2, is the third baseman. Sydney Sherman, number 20, is at first. Ella Morgan Sears, the DP once again, in the 5th spot. It looks like Kaylin Parker's moved up a couple spots from 8th to 6th here in Game 2. Taylor Hunt moves from 6th to 7th. Hunt is at 2nd. Parker, the shortstop. Tubbs, the catcher, batting 8th, number 8. And Grace Langston staying in the 9 spot, playing in center. Defensive alignment for Pensacola State here in Game 2. Across the infield from left to right. That's third base to first base. Thomas is at third. Pritchard at short. Morris at second. Goins at first. The outfield from left to right is number 18, Willis, in left. Waltman moves from right to center. Vega is now in right. Number 6 behind the plate. Marcusic. So she's going to catch both ends of this doubleheader. And in the circle, the lady who finished Game 1, Kylie Jarman. Carter came in batting .313 with a homer. No homers and an RBI. Was 0 for 3 and scored twice in the opener. And she pops one out of play. 0-1. Corner fielders in, especially Thomas. My goodness, about 15 feet in. Pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. And not wearing the face guard either. So noticing actually the pitcher, the only one wearing the face mask out there. And like I said, you can see there Thomas way in at third. Pitch. Ground ball, gets underneath her, but the shortstop behind her over to first. Oh, and throws it wild. That's going to be an E6. So Carter aboard for Davis, number 12. Fincher, the young lady with the 3-run homer in the opener, steps to the on-deck circle. Davis batting .250 entering play today, was 2 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI, so that batting average will bump up a little bit. Came in with no homers and 3 RBIs, now has 4 on the season. And the first pitch she sees is off the end of the bat, foul, 0-1. So it looks like we're about an hour from tip-off, where Robert Williamson is in Americus, Georgia, ready to bring you some South Georgia Tech basketball. Happy to hear they're still continuing with us. Pitch, lays down the bunt, or squares around, pulls it back, missing for ball 1. As time is called, Coach Radwich will have a chat. Coastal looking for the sweep in non-conference action on this Wednesday, as Thomas has a quick chat with Jarman. We might get about 10 or 11 innings in the circle today if she goes the distance here in the nightcap. The pitch is up and away, and you see, actually called a strike. Here we go again. That's why I'm not umping. Like I said, heaven forbid somebody pulls the bat back and tries to swing away with Thomas about 10 feet from home plate. The 1-2 pitch, foul, tipped. Popped up right side. Second baseman into shallow right will make the catch. That's Morris flagging that one down for out number 1. Kaylin Fincher had the 3-run homer in the opener. I believe she's the only Lady Coyote with multiple home runs this year. She now has 3, and now up to 12 RBIs with her 3-run round tripper in the opener. She also scored twice. The pitch is a big swing and a miss, 0-1. Safe to say she is seeing the ball well today, getting some hacks. Getting ready for conference play tomorrow. The 0-1 pitch is a foul straight back right on top of that one, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is low, and runner kind of got caught in the middle there. Gets back to first. Noticing the shadows of the outfielders, the sun's starting to get a little lower on the horizon, so it could be more of a challenge for the outfielders. That one popped up. That'll get out of play. Definitely played a factor in the first game as PSC on 2 different occasions. Ball kept drifting and falling behind them for Coastal South base hits. Like I said, hardly any cloud cover at all. If it's very thin and very faint. Nothing but blue sky above us. The 1-2, that one swung on, fouled out of play. Jarman with the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Look, she got it off the handle of the bat. And this is game 2 of our doubleheader here, non-conference action on this Wednesday here on JockJive. Appreciate you tuning in and watching wherever you may be. The 1-2 pitch is a change-up for strike 3. They throw down, but they don't need to. Actually, that was only 2 outs. My mistake. So Carter on the stolen base. So 2 down now for Sydney Sherman. Came in batting .308, a homer and 11 RBIs, had a base hit, 2 walks, and a sacrifice, so reached on all 4 plate appearances in the opener. First pitch she sees here is a strike called. The pitch is swung on, fouled back. Count now 0-2. So again, we mentioned a few times that it will be a battle of the Coastals tomorrow in Monroeville as South heading up to North. I believe Robert will be in Bruton with Coastal North baseball. I think Wallace Selma, the opponent there, I believe. The pitch, missing up, ball 1. And I will be in Mobile for Bishop State, and I think it's Bevel on Saturday. And be sure to check JockJive.com for all upcoming broadcasts. The 0-2 pitch is low. Is it 1-1? Nope, 2-2. You can also follow along on the JockJive Sports Facebook page. We update our final scores, and we post them there. Of course, JockJive also on Twitter and Instagram as Jarman to the wristband, and she'll fire a 2-2 pitch. It is low and away. Count will be full. Pitch is fouled back, riding in on the hands. The 3-2 pitch is swung on, hit to right field. Right fielder on the run. Can't make the catch. It'll fall. Runner coming around to score as the throw comes into second. Good hustle there by the right fielder. I believe that's Vega out there. Tried to make the shoestring catch, but it falls in front of her for the RBI single. Carter coming in to score, and South on top 1-0 here in the first of our, I guess you can call it nightcap, but mid to late afternoon. As Sears to the plate, the designated player for the second game in a row, she will pop one foul. Sears came into action today batting .273, a homer and 6 RBIs. The average will tick up a tad as she went 1 for 3 in the opener. Aging possibly 280 now, as they're very young into the season. So 1 for 3 will mean more early than it will late. Popped up, look out, coming right at us. Missing the camera by maybe 5 feet. Count now 0-2. Crowd's gotten a little bigger. So I imagine students getting out of class for the day. Probably from other sports. The 0-2 pitch popped up right side. First baseman a few feet into foul ground, fighting the sun, will make the catch. That was Goins hauling that one in, but Coastal South gets a single tally on a run and a hit. They leave one on. 1 inning in the books. It's a 1-0 lead for Coastal South here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
All right, so PSC will send up 5, 6, and 7 in Trim, Vega, and Morris here in the top of the second, trailing 1-0 as they're looking to salvage a split. And the pitch is roped into right center. That's going to get down, roll all the way to the wall, and she's thinking 2. The throw coming into second will be late. Close play, but standing at second with a double is Trim. Good strong throw in from center made that a little close. Brooke Vega's number 6, the right fielder, batting from the left side. Her first at bat of the day. Infielders in. Pitch off the plate. So again, that's Fincher, the third baseman, was coming in, as was the shortstop Parker on the left side of the infield. Again, 1-0, South on top, looking for the sweep. That one is a strike called. As these umpires definitely conserve that energy, as they're not very loud on their calls. I guess they have to be loud enough for the batter to hear. And we'll just get it shortly thereafter. That's swung on, foul back off the netting. 1-2. You can also log on to the ACCC Athletics page, acccathletics.com, for all upcoming games across the state. The pitch is up and away, ball 2. Speaking of, shout out to Dean Myrick, the commissioner of the ACCC. Has been a big JockJive supporter as we've done all of their postseason events for a number of years now. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit into left field. That's a base hit. Runner at third will stay. Oh, the ball is booted in left, but recovered and gotten back into the infield. So runners at the corners as Vega with the single to left. So Trim and Vega, who did not play in the opener, both on here with nobody out. Abby Morris was 0 for 3 in game 1. Batted 8th in game 1, moving up a spot to the 7th spot here in game 2. The pitch swung on, ripped, caught it. It's a double play. Right to the first baseman. The runner at first had no chance. What a break there for Coastal South. As Vega was about 4 or 5 steps off, had no chance to get back. As Hannah Walton batting from the left side, had a double and a run scored in the opener. She was 1 for 3. Pitch is up for a ball. Pitch from Fruget with 1-0. It is ball 2. All the Coastal South infielders looking for a slap contact from Waltman. The 2-0 gets the bunt down, but it is fouled. It's 2-1. The 2-1 from Fruget is a bunt to left side. Pitcher has it, shuffle to first, got her. Good hustle by Waltman, but they get her 1-3. So Coastal South gets around the 2 hits with the help of a double play, line shot to first. So an inning and a half in the books. We'll head to the bottom of the second we get back. It is a 1-0 lead for Coastal South here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Back to the action here in the bottom of the second. It is Parker, Hunt, and Olivia Tubbs. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Lady Coyotes as Parker takes ball 1. Parker came into action today batting .385 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Went 0 for 3 in the opener. Jarman to the dugout, to the wristband, and will come home to the catcher. The 1-0 pitch is a strike called. The 1-1. Popped up. Second baseman drifting over. Center fielder coming in, but the center fielder peels off at the last minute as the second baseman makes a play. Boy, that could have been scary. As Waltman peels off as her teammate Morris at second makes the play. 1 out. Taylor Hunt batting .294 entering play today with no homers, 3 RBIs, was 0 for 4 in Game 1. That one swung on, foul out of play, 0-1. Hunt batted 6th in the opener, drops a spot to number 7 in this one. As Tubbs, the catcher, will bat for the first time today. Next. Pitch is low. As Jarman took a lot off of that one. 1-1. Outfielders look like they're playing straight away. Fairly deep in left and center. The 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Chase went up in the zone there, 1-2. One-two pitch is a strike 3 called. Second strikeout for Jarman as Olivia Tubbs wearing number 8 behind the plate today. The pitch is a strike called. The wind blowing in slightly. 0-1 pitch is a foul off the netting to the right. 0-2. It's the Coyotes and the Pirates doing battle here. Non-conference action. I believe Coastal South will be playing their conference openers in less than 24 hours. Up the road in Monroeville. The 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be low. Be one of the few times that we're going to see that Coyote logo twice up in that little scoreboard graphic you see top left of your screen. The 1-2 pitch is going to miss up for ball 2. Pitch is, he tries to check her swing, cannot. That's a strikeout. So a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. We're less than half hour into the broadcast. We head to the top of the third. 1-0 South here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
As we get back to the action here in the top of the third. Pitch is a bunt foul by Kara Willis, the left-handed hitting left fielder, wearing number 18. Pitch is a strike called. Speaking of number 18, I think that's Ohtani's number for the now Dodgers. Saw something on Facebook. He's not going to play in the Dodgers spring training opener. I'm thinking, how about we don't play in the regular season opener when you play my Cardinals? The pitch is a ball. Can't remember the exact number, but I think it's north of $700 million. I mean, if there was ever a player that would be worth that much. Check swing. Could be trouble. Third baseman has it, and no throw. That's going to be an infield hit for Willis. We haven't seen that since Babe Ruth. Somebody that can hit for power and pitch. Pritchard to the plate. She walked her first time. Karri. Like I said, I heard Kari in my headphones on the solo homer earlier, so sorry, Carrie, we were saying your name wrong. That's low and away for ball one. Goins on deck. PSC looking for the equalizer in hopes of a split. The 1-0 pitch. Back off the pitcher's glove. Second baseman gets it to first. Got her. So I guess technically it's 1-4-3 on that one. As Fruget nearly poked it away from Hunt at second. But she's able to recover for the out. As Marina Goins with a strikeout looking her first time around. Thanks again to everybody who is tuning in to JockJive from wherevers, whether it's Bay Minette, Pensacola, or elsewhere. The pitch is a foul off the end of the bat, 0-1. And I do know that JockJive will be in Monroeville and Bruton tomorrow. Coastal North now playing their baseball games at the Bruton campus. Coastal East Softball now part of Coastal North, the Monroeville campus. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off, 0-2. I believe I heard Christina Mason's name called during one of Robert's broadcasts of Coastal North softball, so obviously there's at least one. Former Lady Warhawk now playing for Coastal North. The 0-2 pitch is a chopper. The pitcher backhands it over to first. Oh, and airmails it over the first baseman. It's going to be an E1, and we're going to be tied at 1-1. As a runner into second on the E1. As Willis scores. Reasia Thomas with a ground out to the pitcher. Her first time around. Pitch is a strike called. Pitch a swing and a miss. Swung at one low and in the dirt. Now 0-2. O2 pitch. Low and away. 1-2. One-two pitch, chop foul. 1-2 pitch is swung on and foul tip, so she stays alive. Thomas getting just enough. Where's PSC part of that Panhandle Conference with the former Okaloosa Walton, now known as Northwest Florida State, Gulf Coast, Tallahassee. The pitch is low and in, and of course Chipola. Back when I was known at that time as PJC, there was a school in Madison, North Florida. But I don't believe they offer athletics anymore. The 1-2 pitch. Ripped foul down the left side. Mentioned in game one how I was a student at then PJC when they won the national title in men's basketball. 5 teams in that conference that year won 18 games, and only 2 of them made it to the postseason. I imagine the Panhandle is still brutally tough in basketball. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul once again. There's some awfully good talent that goes through that conference. Thankfully, that's not a live ball as it got away from the pitcher and floated into right center. Otherwise, that runner would be at third base. Count is 1-2. 1 down here in the top of the third. We are tied at 1. The pitch is a ground ball. Knocked down by the shortstop, recover. They throw to third. Not in time. It was a hard hit ball, but it was in the glove. So I guess we're thinking E6 there as we now have runners at the corners. Almost got the lead runner going to third. So we got runners at third and first. Goins at third. Thomas at first. 1 in. Or Marcusic, who grounded out 3 unassisted her first time, and she takes one outside. Correction, there's only 1 out. Had that wrong on your screen. 1-0 the count. Shadow's starting to get a little longer. You see the light pole shadows starting to creep onto the playing surface. The 1-0, that's outside ball 2. Of course, the pole's holding up the netting as well. Start to see the shadows of a tree, and the dugout down the left side starting to cast a shadow. Not on the playing surface yet. The 2-0 pitch gets the bunt down, but, oh, did she? No, she missed it. It's foul and a run scores. So the home plate umpire is calling a strike, I believe, on the bunt attempt that she missed. It gets away from the catcher, and the count is now 2-1, but PSC now leads 2-1. So that is Goins scoring on the wild pitch. The 2-1. That one hit high down the right side, but foul. Pitch, ground ball. Second baseman has it over to first in time. That'll go 4-3. For out number 2. It's Kara Trim with a double to lead off the second. I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed we've had a handful of folks not realizing there's a camera up here and walking right in front. Ground ball. Shortstop stays down on this one. Over to first in time. So Coastal South limits the damage, but PSC does get a pair on a hit and 2 errors. They leave one on. 2.5 in the books. We head to the bottom of the third when we get back. PSC on top. 2-1 here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Grace Langston will lead things off here in the Sorry about that. Get that off the screen. And back to the action. The pitch is up and away for ball one. It's a new spot we're playing this year. Had several of them last year. Of course, Coastal Alabama covers a whole lot of ground. I understand there's a Gulf Shores campus too, which I guess ties into this one. That one is a strike called. Remember back in the day, it used to be Patrick Henry, Jeff Davis, and Faulkner State, now known as North, East, and South, as in Coastal. The pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Of course, I forgot to mention after he was Patrick Henry, it became Alabama Southern and then Coastal North. Now under one big umbrella now. I will say I do like that Coyote logo. That is sharp, whoever made that. The pitch. Change up is a swing and a miss. So Langston down on strikes. Very fierce and menacing, the Coyote logo. As the left-handed hitting Jersey Carter to the plate. Remember they had this, I think it was last spring, the reveal of the logo. I believe the different campuses had a special where you could turn in your old shirts from the old name to get some Coyote gear. So that's a good deal. I wonder if they have any dry fit shirts. I'd wear those. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Especially because we do a lot, at JockJive, a lot of work, from about May on during the summer. And that dry fit definitely comes in handy. You don't want to be wearing cotton in triple-digit weather. The 1-1. Chopper, third baseman, has it. Quick throw to first. Oh, and throws it wide. And the runner will stay. I'm thinking maybe she would have beaten that out regardless. So I'm thinking infield hit. Be kind of a tough E to give to the third baseman. Abby Davis to the plate. She popped out to second baseman in her first at bat. Of course, during the summer, JockJive does what they call the Showcase Series, put on by United Baseball. It's a travel baseball outfit out of Louisiana. The pitch is a strike. So we've done them for about 5 or 6 years now. Basically what it is if you are a baseball player from anywhere in high school age, they put on these tournaments. The Showcase Series, United Baseball does. You're guaranteed 3 or 4 games over a 2 or 3 day period. That one hit into right field. Right fielder over to her right makes the catch for the out. 2 down. And they're at a lot of junior colleges and 4-year schools across the Southeast. It goes as far west as Texas, goes into Florida. It's pretty neat. I got to go to Alex Box Stadium at LSU last summer. The pitch. Strike call. This was about 2 weeks after they won the national title over my Gators. They had a couple of signs up, temporary signs. I imagine they've got some more permanent stuff, but it's a gorgeous facility over there in Baton Rouge. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. I love going to a lot of minor league games across the Southeast, but it got me thinking, can you imagine what a conference matchup in the SEC would be like on Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Holy cow. I imagine loud. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, popped up, right side first baseman will make the catch in foul ground. Out number 3, we'll keep it here. Tell you a quick story. When I was at Alex Box Stadium, lady was telling me they crammed in 13,000 for a game with Tennessee this past season. Apparently LSU and Tennessee don't like each other too much. I had no idea, but Alex Box Stadium seats a little over 10. And obviously they have bleachers in the outfield. Can you imagine being an opposing outfielder? They'd be talking about your mama, your girlfriend, and everything else. You better have some thick skin to be an outfielder in the SEC. But I was bumping around on Wikipedia, interesting stat, that if you count just on-campus stadiums, baseball stadiums that are on a campus, the SEC has the 6 largest stadiums. I can't remember the order, but I know Ole Miss and Mississippi State are in that category, along with LSU. I think South Carolina's over 10,000. I think Arkansas is over 10,000, and even Alabama and UF are around 9,000. And you would imagine all of those fans that go to those games know all the players. Maybe not as much if you went to a minor league game. So, man, I can bet you those are some intense atmospheres in conference play. Case in point, there's another one right in front of the camera. As we go to the top of the 4th, Brooke Vega will lead off. She had a single her first time. So she's 1 for 1. It'll be Vega, Morris, and Waltman. 6, 7, and 8 for the Lady Pirates here in a 2-1 PSC lead. That one hit high to right field. That's got a chance. Right fielder going back, and we're going to watch it fly. It's out of here. So Brooke Vega, who did not play in the opener, gets a single and now a solo home run. It is 3-1. So a solo shot for Vega. As number 20, Abby Morris to the plate. Of course, the Showcase Series has been to, I believe, Louisiana Lafayette. Of course, not tied to a school, but the stadium in Ozark. The pitch. Oh, I think she got hit. Or did she? No, she got out of the way. Ball 1. So definitely a older stadium. Believe was a minor league affiliate back in the 50s and 60s. I believe some of the Coastals have hosted some of these tournaments as well. I believe we had one here at Coastal South last summer, the pitch. Ground ball, shortstop has it. Long throw across. Got her by half a step. That'll be 6-3. 1 down. Hannah Waltman with a ground out to the pitcher her first time. Trying to rack my brain where else we have been. I know I have not been, but I know Robert's been to Texas several times over the summers. The pitch off the plate. I think Nicholls State has hosted some, maybe Southeast Louisiana. I don't think we've been to Alabama or Auburn yet. I've had some at mentioned some of the Panhandle schools. I think PSC, Chipola, Tallahassee has hosted some. The 1-0 is a check swing foul. So it's the Southeast Showcase Series. You can Google it, and I think their schedule for this summer is already up there. So Robert and myself will be doing some Friday, Saturday, Sunday baseball. I think it starts the weekend after Memorial Day. Runs through, I think, the first week of school, first or second week of August. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing back to the picture. Plenty of time, actually, not a check swing. 1-3 for out number 2. We'll bring Kara Willis to the plate. Of course, we also do the Dixie Youth and the Dixie Boys World Series games across the tournaments across the Southeast. The pitch, check swing, and it is foul. I was actually looking at that last night. It's Bossier City, Louisiana is going to be hosting, I believe, the youth side. Cannot remember. The Dixie Boys, which is like from age 13 to 18, is at multiple sites because they have multiple age groups. The 0-1 is up and away, ball 1. Cool thing is about any time they're in the Carolinas, there is a ton of minor league baseball over there. You got the Carolina League. Can't remember if it's high A or low A. 1-1 pitch is a ball. I believe the count is 2-0. It might be 2-1. Maybe Mr. Blue will help us. Nope. Maybe on the next pitch. Again, they're in for Waltman all around the infield. And actually, this is Willis. Waltman batted last time. 3-0. It's kind of neat. There was one day, I think 2 years ago, that I caught pieces of 3 different minor league games. It's one at 1, 4, and 7. 3-1 pitch is a strike call. Getting excited, of course, Pensacola home to the Blue Wahoos. That's the Marlins AA affiliate. Folks, if you've never been, you need to go, for the site. It's right on the bay, and the food is unreal. 3-2 pitch. Chopper over the third baseman's head. That's a base hit. Perfect piece of hitting. Bounced one over the third baseman. So Willis now 2 for 2. So Trim, Vega, and Willis, who all did not play in the first game for PSC, are a combined 5 for 6. Pitch swung on, hit high to right field. Right fielder drifting over and will make the catch for out number 3. But PSC adding to their lead, the solo shot from Brooke Vega. 1 of 2 hits in the inning. PSC has left a runner on in every inning, but 3 have come across, and they lead 3-1. Halfway home here in our nightcap here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Looking at that spot that just played, there's also an Atmore campus. I did not know that. This one's got to be one of the more sung songs during baseball breaks. Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. Although it reminds me that the Red Sox swept my Cardinals back in 2004. They ended the curse on us. Us meaning the Cardinals, my team. Then they beat them again, I think, in 2013. Sidney Sherman will lead off. It is 4, 5, and 6 for Coastal South. Sherman with an RBI single her last time. The pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Spring training getting underway. I believe games are going to start this week. Remember 4 years ago, I was about 5 days away from my very first spring training, and as you know, the world got turned upside down. Didn't get to go. The pitch. Well, this is what you call positive thinking. When I win Powerball tonight, I'm going to get me a little camper van to drive the country, watch minor league baseball, maybe buy some property out in the country and just leave me alone. The 1-1 pitch. I don't need to be that guy with the big house and the Lambo. Say, hey, look at me. Look at all the money I just won. I think the idea is you want to keep a low profile. I would anyway. Don't want to make yourself a target. The 2-1 pitch here in the bottom of the fourth as the shadows get longer, swung on, fouled back. Like I said, I don't want one of those big, $1 million buses. Give me one of those medium-sized. I guess it's called a Class B or C, like the ProMaster vans. I'll take that all day. That'd be cool. Travel the country, watch baseball. Sounds like a plan. The 2-2 off the end of the bat, fouled off. And that would still help Robert. I'd still want to do this. Because it's fun. I would think about getting out of the newspaper business, though. Going on over 30 years doing that since I was 19. The 2-2 pitch. Missing upstairs, count now full. Of course, I want to thank Robert for keeping me around. Going, like I said, 13 years this summer. As long as running employee, of course, I guess that means I'm like a bad penny you can't get rid of. Full count, swung on, fouled out of play to the right. Off the light pole. Thankfully, we don't have a lot of folks sitting on the fence. I would have gotten someone in the back of the head. Shadows got over the field awfully quick. Got a tree down to our right side. It's casting that big shadow. The pitch is a foul tipped, so Sherman stays alive. It is Sherman, Sears, and Parker, the middle third of the Coastal South lineup. They look to rally for a sweep. And they'll open conference play tomorrow. In awfully early, to me it seems. They got a lot of conference games. 3-2 pitch is upstairs, ball 4. I want to say everybody plays 30 conference games. So a lot of games to get in about, a 9 or 10 week span before the postseason starts. I believe softball is still in Alabaster. Been there a couple times helping with JockJive. The pitch is a strike called. Imagine our buddy James Hardy will help us out with that because he lives in that part of the state. Sherman the runner at first, Sears at the plate. Pitch is swung on, fouled out of play. 0-2. Parker, the on-deck batter. This looks like home plate umpire needs some balls. So yeah, the minor league season starts, if I remember right, the first Friday of April. If I remember right, AAA starts the week before, and then AA on down starts the following Friday. The 0-2 pitch. Still kind of bummed. I know it's been a couple years that the Mobile Bay Bears moved to the northern part of the state. They are now one of the more interesting names, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. I'm like, where in the world did they come up with that? Got a story on that here in a minute. The 1-1 pitch is ground ball, knocked down by the pitcher. Second baseman has it, tags the runner to first. Not in time, so it'll go 1-4 on the fielder's choice. One out for Kalen Parker. JockJive, as we mentioned earlier, does all of the ACCC postseason. I got to do the state championships for basketball last year at Alabama A&M. That is a gorgeous facility if you've never been. It's one of those double-deckers with the track on the second floor where you can walk around inside the pitch or jog or run, fouled out of play. And getting off of 65 to go to Huntsville, you go right by the new stadium that the Trash Pandas play at. Not been there or to Tennessee where the Smokies play. Of course, from Pensacola, it's about a 7-hour drive. But I've been everywhere else. Pitch swung on, foul back. I remember where the Mississippi Braves play. There's a Bass Pro Shop right across the street. I'm like, that's clever right there. Whoever thought of that? But I thought I read somewhere that the Mississippi Braves are moving to Columbus, Georgia next year. So the Braves will have their AAA affiliate in Gwinnett. The pitch. Change up, swing and a miss for strike 3. Their AA affiliate will be in Columbus, and one of their A balls in Rome, Georgia. So they're keeping all their affiliates awfully close to home. One thing I've noticed, the Braves do a really good job of developing their young talent. As Hunt comes to plate, she struck out looking and will take a ball low. Remember, I was there a couple years ago. They have all the shirts of all their former players. I think Albies went through there, Acuna, Freddie Freeman when he was with the Braves. So basically, like the whole, I think Austin Riley too. So pretty much like their whole lineup. They don't get a lot of free agents. They just develop their talent. The 1-0 is up. Ball 2. It's a nice facility there at Mississippi. Montgomery is a little harder to get to. Hard to find parking there. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. Of course, the Biloxi Shuckers are right across the street from the Beau Rivage right there on Highway 90. They have a nice stadium. A little tough to find parking there, too. The 3-0 pitch is a strike call. Decided to watch some baseball again. Hopefully my Cardinals are going to do better than they did last year. Just a dud of a season they had. Imagine the Braves are going to be good again, as they've always been. 3-1 pitch is a strike called. Imagine the Braves are more of a World Series contender than the Cardinals. Of course, the Dodgers spending Brinks truck after Brinks truck here in the offseason. Probably a factor in that too. Padres, I imagine, as well. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and caught by the first baseman in foul territory. Good hustle there. I believe that was Goins on the catch. So Coastal will leave a runner on. They have left 3 on through 4. We head to the top of the 5th. Lady Pirates from Pensacola State up 3-1 here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Back here in Bay Minette. Speaking of pro sports, I believe the NASCAR season got started this past weekend down at Daytona like it always does. Boy, that'd be an event to go to. Been to Talladega, Atlanta, and Bristol. Can't remember which one it was. I think it was Talladega. They sell these turkey legs. It looks like something out of Fred Flintstone for like $7 or $8. You can eat on it for like 2 days. As Marina Goins leads off, she reached on an error, scored last time, and also struck out. Outside for ball 1. Funny story. I can't remember if it was Talladega or Bristol. My dad, had one of those headsets where you can listen to all the radio chatter. And tell you after this pitch, ball 1 and now ball 2. Of course, this was when Dale Jr. was still racing. He took the lead Crowd goes crazy, and one of the drivers in his car going about 180, 190 is like, did number 8 just take the lead? Never won a cup, though. That's outside for ball 3. I guess Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson kept winning them all. That's one of those sports that you need to see live as opposed to watching it on TV. The 3-0. Ground ball, and under the glove of the shortstop. I am leaning toward base hit because that would have been a tough play for the shortstop. For Goins on for the second time. I mean, to see those cars going 180, 190 live, you can appreciate it, I think, a lot more than watching it on TV going around and around. This is Breasia Thomas who goes after a bunt. It is foul. They throw down, but it was a foul ball. Cannot imagine how much it costs to field a team. I mean, 7 figures, possibly 8. I mean, they got to have each 2 or 3 cars. They got to have them in trailers. You got to pay so many people. A lot of money in that sport. The 0-1 pitch is swung on, popped up. Second baseman fighting the sun there. Looked like Hunt was battling it, but makes the catch. You could see the shadow directly behind her. So, yeah, that was a chore. And it didn't get high in the air either. So it's like you got to find it quick. 1 down. As Marcusic to the plate, she is 0 for 2 with a ground out to first. And the right fielder says, hey, here's my shades. Put them on. And she does. Yeah, you could see from here, you might be able to see in the shot that the shadow, her shadow is directly behind her. That sun getting low on the horizon. That one is outside for ball 1. As the trees and the dugout on the left side starting to cast a shadow. That's ours from the press box, bottom right of your screen. The 102 Marcusic is a ball outside. Of course, living in Pensacola or the Pensacola area, the great thing about doing games here, Bucky's on the way, and Bucky's on the way back. The 2-0 pitch. Strike called. They got those big barbecue sandwiches. They're starting to get a little pricey. They're like $12. Man, they are good. The 2-1 pitch is low. I mentioned in the opener. I believe I came here for a broadcast last March. It was like the opening of spring break. I say it was like Black Friday at Walmart without, the elbowing of people trying to get a TV. The pitch. Check swing is low, and it is ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out. Critical juncture in the ball game is Kiera Trim, who doubled in her first at bat and also grounded out to short. Coastal South needs a ground out to short or to the second in the worst way right here. Already down 3-1. Pensacola State looking for some insurance runs. The pitch is up and away for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Low and in ball 2. Another gas station with some good food is Wawa, but they don't have any around here, at least not yet. I understand they're trying or they're looking to build a couple in the Pensacola area here in the next year or two. The 2-0, that one hit well to center. Center fielder going back on the track, makes the catch and crashes into the Coyote logo. The runner tags from second, going to third, another 3 feet. That would have been gone. Nice job by the center fielder out there. I believe that's Langston. She had to have known because of the track out there that you're on the track, you're about to crash in the wall, but hung on and banged right into the Coyote logo out there. So Goins to third on the play. Marcusic staying at first with 2 outs. And I believe we have us a pitching change. I believe Kaylee Johnson, Caylee Johnson, is coming in to pitch. So she's going to get some warm-up tosses. We'll take a break here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
As Johnson continues her warm-ups. I guess it's because I'm hungry. That's why I keep talking about food. If you're ever at a Wawa, I know the closest ones that I know of are in Jacksonville. And then there's a bunch down 75 and 95 in Florida. They're, it's the wood brick pizza that they cook over a wooden wood pellets over a fire are fantastic if you ever have them. I understand their subs are pretty good too. Brooke Vega, who hit a solo homer her last time and is also singled, will step to the plate. So Lady Pirates could really get some separation here. Big at bat of the ball game is Kaylee Johnson. Like I said, you can see there in the shot, you go from shadow to sun again. That one hit well to right field. This one's got a chance. Right fielder is back, and that one's gone. Just missing the right center field pole. So the first pitch, Vega goes deep again. And it makes it 6-1. The very first pitch she sees. And gets all of it. Like I said, just missing the right center field light pole out there to the right. As number 20, Abby Morris, to the plate. The pitch is a strike. And we mentioned that Coastal South will be in Monroeville at Coastal North tomorrow for a pair. And then I guess the return games are either Friday or Saturday. So a long week for South. Cue ball right to the first baseman. It goes 3 unassisted. So damage done on a 3-run homer. Brooke Vega homers for the second time. She's got 4 of her team's 6 RBIs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 6-1 PSC here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
So it's still Jarman in the circle for Pensacola State. She pitched a couple innings in the opener and is back out there here for game 2. This is about, I'd say, her 8th inning of work today. She will face 8, 9, and 1 in Tubbs, Langston, and then Carter. That one missing for ball one. To Olivia Tubbs, who struck out to end the second. So the pitch is a strike called, 1-1. So young ladies who didn't play in the opener for PSC have made a mark in this one, led by Vega with 2 home runs. Trim also has a base hit as well. The pitch is outside for ball 2. Willis also has a hit. Correction, 2 hits and a run scored. So ladies making a case that, hey, we want to start playing in both games going forward. Ball 3. Good problem to have for Coach Angus over there at PSC. I believe her predecessor was Brenda Penna. I mentioned before, her husband's the men's basketball coach currently at PSC. He's been there for a while. The 3-1 pitch is upstairs for ball 4. So the leadoff batter aboard for the 3rd time in this one. Grace Langston with a strikeout her first time. The shadows start to get longer and longer across the field here at Coastal South. The pitch is a strike called. Pitch low for ball 1. Of course, the second half of the NBA season now underway after the All-Star game, where I think they scored about 1,000 points between the two of them. Pitch. Bet you if you put incentives in their contract to play some defense, wouldn't see that as much. It looked like glorified pickup games, at least from the highlights that I saw, counting out 1 and 2. I know Larry Bird was in attendance because it was at Indianapolis. He had to have been thinking, what in the world is this? This is not what we played back in the day. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, laced into center, a hit. Oh, it gets past the center fielder. That's going to be an E8. Booted out there as the throw comes into third. Runner is going to come all the way around to score. So I guess a single and an E8. So Langston with an RBI as Tubbs comes all the way around to score to make it 6-2. With Langston now at second. Now Jersey Carter batting for the 3rd time. She's been on base both times. She scored twice in the first game. So Lady Coyotes may not be done yet. Bunted foul. And still nobody out. And as we mentioned, Jarman's pitching in about her 8th inning today as the lights are on. We're about 4:30 local time here in Bay Minette. As the sun sets behind us. The pitch, she bunts it. It is a foul ball. Just foul right at the plate, 0-2. So the Coastal South baseball team was practicing earlier in between games here. And we do all of the home games at Coastal North and South for baseball and softball. We were doing baseball for Bishop State as well. The pitch is a ground ball. Shortstop has it. Long throw across. Oh, it pulled her off the bag. Pulled her off the bag. I mean, that's a tough E6, but a good throw would have gotten her. So Carter on for the 3rd time in this one. We have runners at the corners and nobody out. And I believe between us, well, there's a tree between us and the bullpen down the right field line, but there is somebody warming up down there in a hurry. As this one is getting interesting. That one hit to right field. A right fielder coming in. It's going to get over her head. That's the third one today. As a run scores, it's going to be runners at second and third. They'll hold the runner there. It's now 6-3. As Davis gets one over the right fielder who is playing a little shallow. As Langston scores. The tying run now at the plate in Fincher, who has gone yard already. As we have, it looks like conferences all over. This is probably definitely intentional here to give the whoever is warming up in the bullpen more pitches to throw. Coach Angus is on her way out there. They're looking to the dugout. They have yet to take the ball from Jarman, but it looks like her day is done. As we see number 12 coming out, that is, looks like Yala Zwackman. YALAZWAKMAN. Or maybe the Z is silent. That took a second. So we will step away as she takes some warm-up pitches here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
So Jarman can still get the win. The runners on base, the 2 runners are her responsibility, but they lead by 3. I'm thinking maybe it's Yala, Y-A-L-A, Zwackman. It's Kaylin Fincher to the plate, who has homered. And she has hit a 3-run homer today. As I noticed, the outfielders are playing, look like that no doubles defense, playing awfully deep. The pitch is a strike. Well, having said that, if a ball is hit to them, that runner might be able to score from second. 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Score is 6-3. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back right on that one. 0-2. Shadow's starting to creep into the outfield now, too. Imagine if there is a bottom of the 7th, we'd probably be entirely in shadow. 0-2 pitch, missing upstairs for ball 1. Coastal South dugout getting a little louder now as they're creeping back into this one. Again, it is Carter at third, Davis at second. The 0-2 pitch, a big swing and a miss as she looks skyward. Big strikeout. Fincher now 0 for 3 in this one as Sherman to the plate. Sherman with an RBI single in the first and a walk in the 4th. The pitch is a strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th, game 2 of our doubleheader here from Coastal South here in Bay Minette. Home team winning the opener. PJC looking for a split, but has to get out of a big inning here. That one up and away, ball 1. Coastal South with 2 here in the 5th, but are 1 swing from tying this one. Sherman does have a home run this year and 11 RBIs. The 1-1 is up and away, ball 2. Came into this one batting .308. And number's going to climb. She had a hit in the first game, has a hit in this one, and a walk. That average, I imagine, has got to be somewhere in the 320s now. The 2-1 is a big swing and a miss, 2-2. Two pitch is swung on, foul back. Ella Morgan Sears, the on-deck batter for Coastal. Two pitch is going to miss, up and away, ball 3. Swagman with the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3. So she's come in and struck out the first 2 batters she's faced. Ella Morgan Sears with a pop out to first and a fielder's choice that went 1-4. The pitch, a swing and a miss, 0-1. Notice now that it's past 5:30 Eastern time. Roberts on the air in Americus, Georgia. South Georgia Tech basketball going on there. I believe that is a doubleheader. And that'll follow at 7:30 Eastern. The 0-1 pitch is a ball outside. So the home plate umpire with a little wave of the right hand saying it was outside. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So Zweigman could be a big hero here in the 5th inning, striking out the side after South got 2 off of Jarman. 1-2 pitch is swung on, hit the left field. It will drop for a hit. One will score. They'll hold the runner at third as the throw comes in quickly to third base. So Carter scoring for the second time. It is a 3-run inning for South, now 6-4. Parker with a pop out and strikeout. Tying run now on. Go ahead run at the plate. Looks like we have a new catcher in there, too, for PSC. Number 16, Abby McClain now behind the plate. The pitch. Popped up. Second baseman going out. Center fielder coming in. Center fielder, I believe it's Waltman making the catch for out number 3. But South has made it interesting. A 3-run 5th on 3 hits. An error and 2 left. They've left 5 on through 5. We'll head to the top of the 6th. We get back. It is a 6-4 game. PSC on top here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
As Waltman, who made the catch to end last half inning, will lead this one off here in the sixth. A pair of groundouts to the pitcher after doubling and scoring a run in game one. And the pitch is a chop foul. Strike one. Pitch is a chopper. That one's foul to the left side. Now 0-2 to Waltman. It is Waltman, Willis, and Pritchard, 8, 9, and 1 for PSC. Oh, 2 is low for ball one. This is Kaylee Johnson now in the circle, now in complete shadow. Like I said, I'd say about a good 80% or so. The whole playing surface is in shadow now. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate for ball two. Johnson to the wristband and will now come to the plate here with 2-2. Fisted foul to the left. The 2-2 from Johnson is low and away, ball three. The 3-2 pitch is caught by the third baseman. One out. Fisher grabbing that one. And apologies, folks. As people continually walk in front of the camera as the left-handed hitting Pritchard batting for the fourth time in this one. She's 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch. Fielder's pretty much in the same spot for her as 0-1. Pritchard with a walk in the first. A 1-4-3 ground out in the third and a fly out to right in the fourth. 0-1 pitch is low. Ball one. I believe from the text I got from Robert earlier today that it is Coastal South at Coastal North tomorrow in Monroeville. Starting at 1. But the interesting thing there is they don't have any lights. The 0-1 pitch is a strike called, 1-2. About a 2-hour drive for me up there. I guess Robert will be in Bruton tomorrow for Coastal North baseball. I believe Wallace Selma the opponent there. Pitch to Pritchard is a swing and a miss for strike three. Correction, folks. That's what happens when you sit up here for 4 hours. That was Willis on the strikeout. Now Pritchard is the batter. As Johnson looks to the dugout. About an hour and 36 into this one. The pitch. Ripped into left field. It'll get down for a hit. One hopper to the left fielder. So Pritchard on for the second time. That's her first hit in this one. As Goins to the plate. She struck out looking in the first, reached on an error in the third and scored, and singled in the fifth. Pitch, a swing and a miss. Noticing, like I said, gets dark real quick here in Bay Minette as the sun continues to get lower and lower. Say we're about 85% in shadow now. The pitch up and away. Count now 1-1. The 1-1. Low for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Ripped into right field. That'll get down for a hit. They may have a shot at first, and it's going to be late, but the runner goes first to third on the play. The heads up running by Pritchard. Right fielder came up throwing. Could not make the play, but Thomas to the plate with runners at the corners. She is 0 for 3 in this one. And both teams with 3 in the fifth. Thomas with a ground out to the pitcher in the first, reached on an error in the third, popped out to second in the fifth. The pitch is a ground ball. Second baseman can't get to it as she dove to her right. A run will score. Runner thought about going first to third, but the strong throw from center will hold her at second. Makes it 7-4 PSC. So Goins stays at second as Pritchard comes in to score. I was about to say Marcusic, but again it is number 16 at the plate. Abby McLean. This will be her first at bat of the day. Players that didn't play in the opener have really shown out here in game 2. Trim has a double. She did not play in game 1. She's on deck. Pitch is a strike called. The 0-1 is off the end of the bat. Second baseman charging has it, but it'll have plenty of time to get the runner going 4-3. So Coastal will leave. Correction, PSC will leave too, but they add an insurance run. 5.5 in the books. It is a 7-4 lead for Pensacola State here in game 2. Looking for the split here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Back to the action here as Taylor Hunt will lead off, and she takes ball one high. It will be Hunt, Tubbs, Langston, the bottom third of the Coastal South lineup. They look to battle back from what is now a 3-run deficit. 7-4 PSC on top here as they look for a split. The 1-0 pitch is up and away for ball 2. 2-0 pitch, missing upstairs, ball 3. Pitch in there for a strike. I think we heard from downstairs, Yalla is how you say it. Okay. Thank God for exuberant teammates downstairs helping us out. The 3-1 is a strike called. 3-2. Hunt looking for a first base hit of the day. 0 for 6 over the 2 games so far. Payoff pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Haven't mentioned him lately, but shout out again to Daniel Head, the AD at Coastal Alabama, for his longtime support of JockJive. The payoff pitch is a ground ball knocked down by the shortstop, and I think that'll be your first base hit. Hard hit past the diving third baseman. Shortstop kept it on the infield but couldn't field it clean. As Olivia Tubbs with a strikeout and a walk and a run scored. The pitch is a strike call. The 0-1 is up. Count now 1-1. One pitch is a strike call. 1-2. With Grace Langston waiting on deck. The 1-2 pitch is up and away for ball 2. Didn't miss by much. Two-two pitch is up and away again for ball 3. Blackman not getting that upper corner. Again, Hunt the runner at first. Payoff pitch is low and away for ball 4. Grace Langston, who singled and scored hers last time, comes to the plate. And here comes Coastal South again. Again, they were down 6-1 after 4.5. Correction, 6-1 after 4.5 as the battery gets together to talk. And I think we have us a pinch hitter, as number 11 has come out of the dugout. That's Riley Merritt. I believe she pinched hit in the first game. And looks like we're going to have a runner as well for the catcher Tubbs. Number 7 going in is Nicole Cooper. So Cooper running at first. As Riley Merritt, if she gets a hold of one, we're going to be tied at 7. Outside of a small sliver on the right side of your screen. We are entirely in shadow here in Bay Minette now, as we're just a little past 5 o'clock. The pitch is a strike called. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chase one up in the zone there, 0-2. Jersey Carter on deck. Will bat for the 4th time. Oh, 2 pitch. Ground ball past third baseman. Bobbled by the shortstop, and nobody's going to get to it. And we're loaded. I'm thinking infield single on that one. To quote the legendary wrestling announcer Jim Ross, business has just picked up here in Bay Minette. Jersey Carter with an error and a run scored in the first. Infield single in the third. Reached on an error, scored in the 5th. She has been on base 5 times in this doubleheader. A 6th one would be huge. The pitch is off the plate. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung on, fouled out of play to the left. Count 1-1. The 1-1. Chopper, pitcher has it, will come home for 1 to first. That won't be in time, but they do get the run at the plate. Fielder's choice will go 1-2 as Hunt out at the plate. But PSC far from being out of the woods, only 1 out. Davis with an RBI double her last time. The pitch is up and away, ball 1. So the line score for PSC is 0-0, 2-1, 3-1. Coastal South is 1-0-0-0-3 and threatening here in the 6th. Base is full of Coyotes. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs. Again, your runner is Cooper running for Tubbs. She's at third with a walk. Merritt with an infield single at second. Carter hitting into a fielder's choice is at first. Carter the tying run. Pitch to Davis. Popped up, and that's going to get over our heads. Ouch. As it hits the... the corner of the bleachers to our left. Definitely a little louder in your headphones when you got a crowd mic hanging out the window. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-1 is low for ball 3. PSC a ground out from possibly getting out of the inning. Coastal South a pitch away from getting within 7-5 or a swing of the bat, possibly taking the lead. 3-1 pitch is hit high to center field. Center fielder Waltman on the run, makes a catch. The runner will tag. The throw will come in home, but will be late. So a sac fly by Davis brings in Cooper, and it is 7-5 with 2 outs. Kalen Fincher, who hit a 3-run homer in Game 1, who has not been cheated today at all. She is not taking any of these hacks back to the dorm or apartment or house. She's letting it all hang out here. Got to be careful here if you're PSC. The pitch. That one hit well to left center. Center fielder on the run. Waltman lays out and makes the catch. That robs Coastal South of possibly 2 runs. So I believe Coastal South did get a run that inning, which would make it 7-5 as we go to the top of the 7th here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
As we get back to the action here in the top of the 7th, you might be able to see way in the corner to your right by the flagpole. The only spot in the sun. But that will not last long. As we go to the top of the 7th, it'll be Trim, Vega, and Morris. Vega, the on-deck batter, has homered twice. Saw Coach Radwich chatting with the home plate umpire, so I'm imagining there's some changes of some kind. So we scan my scorebook here. Pensacola PSC coach also has her scorecard out. Looks like the battery's still the same. Johnson and Tubbs. Had a brief Miami Vice flashback there for a moment. The pitch. Swung on foul back. I know neither one of the kids up here in the box will get the reference, but Tubbs was one of the main characters, and Don Johnson was Crockett. Johnson and Tubbs, almost a Miami Vice reference there. One change up in there for a strike, 0-2. I guess that was really John Johnson's big break. I believe this was way before he married Melanie Griffith. Actually, he'd been married a while. Loved him in Tin Cup. That movie was hilarious. The 0-2 pitch is fouled straight back. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Ball 1. I've done the scoreboard before, and like I said, if you make a mistake, it's it gets a little tricky to try to get it back. The scoreboard's 7-4, but we do know it's 7-5. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and a miss for strike 3. So Trim strikes out for out number 1. As Brooke Vega to the plate, she has homered twice. The pitch, swung on, foul back. Vega is also singled, so she's 3 for 3 today. As I mentioned, entirely in shadow now here at Coastal South. This time has been called by Vega. But thankfully, Coastal South has lights. As we mentioned, Robert was texting me on the way here that the doubleheader tomorrow starts at 1 in Monroeville, and they don't have lights. The pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. I don't believe they have lights. Robert has mentioned I think they've had a couple games canceled or suspended or called due to darkness. Count now 0-2. As Abby Morris, the on-deck batter. She'll be looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 3. As Johnson looking again to the dugout for the sign. She has it. She looks to her wristband, and she will throw an 0-2 pitch. It is off the plate. As the third baseman, I believe is Fincher, was jumping up and down, ready to holler. She thought it was strike 3. You can see the smile on her face from here. She's just trying to help the ump out is all. The 1-2 pitch. That one ripped into right for a hit. The right fielder thought about throwing to first, but just couldn't get a good, clean grip on the ball, so that'll be a single for Vega. 4 for 4 for Brooke Vega. Having her quite a game here in Game 2. Abby Morris with a line out to first, a ground out to short, and a ground out to first. Again, here in the top of the 7th, PSC looking for some insurance as they're hoping for a split. Pitch is swung on, foul back. So we mentioned it before. Be sure to follow JockJive on Facebook. JockJive Sports is the place where we post all of our final scores. And like I said, I believe Robert on Mondays will list everything we're doing for that week. Or if not, early in the morning you'll post the games for that particular day. That one is low. I know he made such a post earlier about this doubleheader and the doubleheader he is doing currently up in Americus, Georgia. The South Georgia Tech women playing right now. They're a national powerhouse every year. Get a lot of international players that come in, 1-1. The 1-1 looped in the left. It drops for a hit. Runner will stop at second. So Morris with her first hit of this one. And her first hit of the day, she was 0 for 6 coming into that at bat. As the left-handed hitting Waltman made a diving catch. Pitch to Waltman is fouled off. again, all the infielders in. Waltman looking to make some slap contact here. The 0-1. Showing bunt, gets it down, but it's foul. Count makes it 0-2. Again, probably made the defensive play of the game in this one. She laid out to make a catch to end that last inning with 2 runners on. If it gets by her, we're talking a 7-7 game right now. Johnson looking in, and the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball past the diving third baseman, but it's foul. Johnson looking to the wristband, and the 0-2. Check swing is foul. Thankfully, Waltman got that bat out in front, so it wasn't a bunt. It's a little chopper, so she stays alive. The 0-2. Chopper, this one to the third baseman. She'll fire to first. In time for the out. It has to tag her as it pulls the first baseman off the bag. So it'll go 5-3, but the runners advance to second and third. Kara Willis has 2 hits and a run scored in the number 9 spot. She's also struck out. The pitch is a strike, 0-1. Coastal South in the bottom of the 7th will have 4, 5, and 6. Sherman, Sears, and Parker, they are combined 2 for 6 with a walk. Oh, 1 pitch, chopper. Third baseman has it over to first. Low, but the nice stretch gets her 5-3. So PSC will leave 2 runners on. They have left a runner on in every inning but one. That one inning was the 3-run homer from Vega. They're 3 outs from a split. We'll have it when we get back here on JockJive.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Back in an entirely covered field of shadow now here in Bay Minette. Around 5:30 here in Baldwin County here in Bay Minette, where Sherman, Sears, and Parker will be the scheduled batters here in the bottom of the 7th. Sears has a single and an RBI. That was in the 1st. She had a leadoff walk in the 4th, strikeout in the 5th. Pitch is up for a ball as I'm scanning this lineup card. Fincher has homered 3 times now in the season. Sherman has 1. Sears has 1. Parker has one. So all they need is to get one on to give themselves a chance. The 1-0 pitch, taking all the way. That's a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 is up for ball 2. I thought it was up, but as we mentioned, I'm waiting for that signal from downstairs. The 2-1. Hit high to right field. Right fielder drifting over to the right. Now backpedaling, and makes the catch this time. Almost got by her again. We've mentioned 3 different times today a pop-up has gotten over the head of a PSC outfielder, and almost did there. But Vega makes the play there for out number 1. Sears, 1 for 3, popped out to first in the first, hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth, single to left in the fifth. And the first pitch she sees is low and inside, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side. Foul. That'll get out of play. Count now 1-2 as Parker waits on deck. We mentioned Parker does have a home run on the young season. Came in batting .385. She's batting .385, and she batted 8th in the first game and 6th here. The pitch, chopper, third baseman. Thomas has it. Oh, they're calling foul ball. They're calling foul ball. See Coach Radwich with her arms folded, smiling, but not much else after that. It was close. Looked like she was straddling the line there. She fielded it, but no argument. Ball and 2 strikes. So we're 2 hours and 10 minutes into this one. A lot of runs on the board, a lot of non-zeros. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Chase one out of the zone for strike 3. It'll be up to Caitlin Parker. Kailin, no T. Kailin. She was 0 for 3 in the opening game, 0 for 3 here. So the .385 going to drop. That can help her team out by extending the ball game. Hunt, the on-deck batter, hoping to get an at-bat. The 0-1. Swung on, foul back. Coastal South down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch. Taking ball 1 low. One-two pitch. Swung on, hitting to center. It's going to get down for a hit. Rounding first, headed for second. She will be sliding in with a double, and the game continues. So Parker is 0 for no more today with that double. Tying run at the plate in Taylor Hunt, who got her first hit after going 0 for 6 to start the doubleheader, has not homered this year. The pitch is a strike. Just like PSC, Coastal South has left at least one on in every inning but one. The pitch. Strike 2 called. Down to their last strike again. Swanton look to the wristband and firing the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Another base hit. Runner will come around to score after it's bobbled as the throw comes in. Gets past both. And they're going to get her at second. The ball got past the second baseman and the shortstop. First baseman follows it and throws it to second to end the game. So Hunt will get credit for the single, but is thrown out trying to get to second to end the ball game. And with that, it is a split. Pensacola State will hold on to win Game 2, 7-6. South won the opener 6-3. So thank you again to everybody for joining us here from Bay Minette. We'll be in Monroeville tomorrow, where it's a battle of the Coastals, the opening of conference play for both. So on behalf of the boss, Robert Williamson, Jason Thompson, calling it a night from Bay Minette, wishing you, wherever you tuned in, a pleasant evening.